We're going to be going into Tanglewood Drive on Nightmare mode today. We're going to be looking into a clip I have. We're going to evaluate some of this evidence we're getting to try to help others. Turn on the breaker. It'll give us an idea if it's a gin or not. As you can see, we actually get into a red light event after I flip on the breaker. I thought it was a hunt in the moment. That's why you see me dip back down and turn off my light. Right after the red light event, I actually run into the cursed object, which happens to be a haunted mirror. Haunted mirrors are great for finding the ghost. Bree, the person that you see in the video right now, actually thought she found the ghost for a minute and then ran suddenly all the way back to the back bathroom, where she ended up actually finding the ghost, or at least finding cold temperatures. So we now have the ghost room. We're going to get set up in here. We're going to turn on the spirit box. Are you here? We just got spirit box, so that is our first evidence, and we're playing on nightmare, so we're only supposed to get 2 evidence on this run. So we know it's in that back room because of the cold and the spirit box. Notice I did leave some stuff in there specifically so we could easily go back and test later. I got salt, I got a sound sensor, and I got a camera because we already got in there. We got the spirit box. We already have a couple other things in here. Now we're gonna go for extra stuff. We're trying to find extra things while we're in there. We got ghost orbs. We got ghost orbs. So now we found a second piece of evidence. That should be both the evidences we get. So we have ghost orbs now. We have ghost orbs and we have spirit box. So that narrows it down to a mare, a yokai, or an onryo. Now we're gonna try doing some tests for those ghosts. I hate testing for yokais and yureis unless the yurei is being extra door slammy. But in this case, it's a yokai. You talk around a yokai, it might get mad. That's kind of hard to test for, at least personally. A mare can sometimes be a little easier. A mare, you're going to run into them, from my personal experience, you're going to run into them doing a lot of singing. They'll be turning the lights off. They're going to hunt more often in the dark. You can run into a very uncommon ability that a mare can do, which is immediately switching off a switch when you turn it on. Now, other ghosts can do this, but when you're narrowing it down, and a mare is one of the only last 3 that you can pick from, the chances of it being a mare from an automatic light switch off is quite high, so that's good to know. The Onryo test is a candle test, which is why we brought in candles. What you're going to see with that is there's 2 different scenarios that can happen. You're going to light up 3 different candles. It's going to blow out all 3 of those candles in the span of however long. And within 6 seconds, if it hunts, it's an onryo. If it doesn't, you have a ghost that just really likes candles. Me too, really. Another way of testing is bringing in 1 candle and counting to 20 seconds after it blows it out. If it blows out a candle, you can count to 20. If it blows out the candle before you can finish counting to 20, it is an onryo. Onryos are one of the only ghosts that can blow out a candle that quick. They have an ability that allows them to interact with candles a little more often, so that way they can blow them out quicker. That's a guaranteed onryo. So we started running into this issue where we weren't getting any other interactions from the ghosts. So I had an intuition. I picked up the thermometer, pulled it, and lo and behold, we got freezing temps. We have a mimic on our hands. Mimic's going to throw ghost orbs and still give you 2 other evidences. We weren't even thinking about that at the time. We were lucky we found ghost orbs and stayed around long enough to even find that out. Otherwise, we would have probably ended up guessing. So after this point, there's not really much else to do besides get extra bonus objectives and things of that nature. We ran into a legitimate mimic. These are pretty rare and hard to find. Luckily, our group tends to frequently make jokes about the mimic, so it kind of keeps it in the back of our mind for the most part, but this time it almost got us. This does explain a few things regarding it, though. We had a lot of issues getting consistent interactions from this ghost, so it kind of makes sense that at the end of the day, oh, it's a mimic. Duh, they're constantly changing what ghost type they are and how they're interacting.